Yes.
crowded with bags.
So many good bags.
So, whilst you're just getting yourself sorted with the website and all, I'll just let people know what's going on for this episode.
Okay.
So, for all those that are joining now, this is our last series of it was a 7-part series. You will be able to find the recordings on this on the website as well as on my stories. So, not my stories, on my posts. And we did a series of Hermes conversations. So we covered the likes of Hermes leather, Birkins, Kelly's, other Hermes bags. And today's final episode will be around the authentication process of understanding these Hermes bags and making sure that you're actually purchasing a real one. There are so many copies, and so we'll try and explain and show some of these things, the key things to look out for. And of course, today is the some lucky person is going to be winning a 1.5 carat tennis bracelet. So it's a 1.5 tennis bracelet will be won today, and it's been, there it is here, let me just show you.
Wow.
So this bracelet, yes, is out of my everyday diamond collection that I've been showing. So this will be given away today. We basically featured a whole lot of Hermes bags throughout the series, and including today. And any of those purchases have been in a draw for this 1.5 carat high spec. So the diamonds on this are FG high spec, VS clarity, and it's 17 centimeters bracelet. Now, a good tennis bracelet, let me just do this and so I can explain what a good tennis bracelet should have. Now, firstly, it should have a backing, a safety mechanism on it so you don't lose it. So this particular one has a backing, has a clip on the back there, you might be able to see it, which is the safety mechanism, as you can see there. Now, a good tennis bracelet goes all the way, diamond to diamond. So when you've got it connected, you'll see that there's no gaps in the diamonds. It goes all the way, and as you can see, all the way across. So it is a very high spec diamond tennis bracelet. And so at the end of today's show, the draw will be for all those that have purchased, and including today, and we'll be, I think, spinning the wheel on the people's names on whoever purchased these bags.
I'm ready.
Series.
Yes,
it's been an amazing series. I know that for those that have been watching that are watching the recordings from Europe, it hasn't been ideal for the European time, but we do get lots of people comments and lots of conversations when they wake up and they watch the recording. So I have to say the last 7 series has been an amazing journey for people to understand when they purchase an Hermes bag what goes into the process of these pre-love pieces. The market for pre-love goods is quite substantial globally, and when you're spending actually spending any money on bags, you want to know it's the real McCoy.
Yeah.
You don't want to be buying anything that is there's so many good fakes out there, right? So many good fakes. And so I think today is really quite important to understand, firstly, the process that Luxury Promise goes through to authenticate these bags, and understand that when we're sending them to you, we're 100% sure, we can put the Luxury Promise authentication card in there to know that it is real, but it is quite a process. So, are we ready to rock and roll?
Yes, we are.
Isabel, do you want to come join us? We're talking about Hermes authentication. So, put a request in if you'd like to join us. And in actual fact, today is our last series of our Hermes chat. So anybody that actually wants to join, come join us. Or ready. Have lots of questions for us, because this is the last Hermes series. And of course, you know, a lot of the time, if people are too scared to go into Hermes and ask the questions because they feel intimidated by the whole process, this is a forum for you to ask us. So have your questions ready, throw them up at us. Hopefully we can answer them. And yes, let's fire away. So authentication processing it is.
Yeah.
So have you got a bag ready for us to go through? I think it would be good to go through a number of different bags. But yes, let's fire away.
Right. Why don't we start with one that is really I know you love this color, Trudi, and we actually had a good this is the one. This is the one we were talking about last week, right? I was telling you guys that a Birkin 30, which is going to be a bamboo color, will appear. And here it is. So this is the bag that we have been waiting for, right? So this is the Birkin 30 in Epsom leather, and it's a bamboo. It's a bamboo shade. You know that bamboo is always a very, very hot color, and it has always been a green that is very sought after because of the color. And of course, for me, I love this combination because not only it's bright, right? It's on Epsom leather, which makes it even brighter, right? And the color a little bit more vibrant. And of course, this comes with that lovely palladium hardware that is still sealed. And I'm going to tell you, this comes with a fantastic price tag because we are going to extend the offer to this show, right? So actually an offer has been made on this bag at £12,990.
Oh my gosh! So maybe for those that are not familiar, in the last show that was crazy, you know, Sabrina, Joanna, and Yen on the show, and they were doing make an offer on the bag. So we are extending that to you can make an offer on this bag if you wish to purchase. And bamboo, of course, is one of my favorite colors. So do you want to, whilst we talk about the color and everything, do you want to just go through the authentication process for a Birkin 30?
Yes. Well, I won't say Birkin 30 is actually very similar to Birkin 35 because the size of the engraved plates, the size of the hardwares are essentially the same. It's just the size of the bag, right? So you'll find that on a 25 it gets significantly smaller, and that's when the engraving changes as well. So this is something to note. So 30 and 35 very similar because they have the same sizing, which means that the hot stamp, everything else will be the same size. Okay, so it's easier for us to judge then. But I'm going to use this color. I'm going to use this bag to show you the leather instead. Okay, so for the leather, okay, so you know there are a lot of horror stories, and these are true stories. Okay, so I know that it is a lot of resellers, a lot of us are very tentative about sharing all these things because one, it not only scares the buyers, right? Two, we are also afraid that you don't know who is watching, you don't know who will rewatch the show, and if we say too much or if we point out too much, right, people learn from there, and you know, the counterfeiters also learn, right? So it is, I'm being honest here, it is getting harder and harder. And some of the stories, some of the experiences, not just stories, because some of us have actually experienced it firsthand, that hardwares can actually is the easiest thing to fake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just a factory, it's a mold. it's easy. But of course, I'm saying that there is no 100%. So far, I've not seen hardware, engraving, or belt keeps, etc. that is on point, that is like 100% real. Okay, so authentication here has got all different factors, not just hardware. Actually, leather is the thing that is the hardest to fake. All right, so I'm going to show you why. Now the lines on Epsom.
Yeah, sorry, 2 seconds. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. I just need to put the non-disturb on my phone, which I completely forgot about, because it's the middle of a work day. It's the middle of the work Monday craziness. I just got to put this on for a second. Hang on 2 seconds.
Okay. So I'm just going to flip the screen. Okay, are you guys still here? I think Trudi is still trying to okay, let's wait for her. I'm not sure if this is still live. Guys, can you still see me?
Yeah, we're good now.
Okay, great.
Hi.
All right, so I am going to show you. I think this is sorry about the mess behind, right? Everything is still in boxes and packets because we just shifted back from the hotel. Right, so I'm going to show you close up the leather types. Okay, the leather. Can you see the lines on the Epsom leather? The lines on the Epsom leather, these are all very specific lines, right? And sometimes if the lines of the Epsom leather is a little bit too neat, it's also not right, right? So, and
it needs to have that natural look still at the end of the day, right?
Although this is to be honest, this is an embossed leather. Okay, this leather is embossed, so there will be some sort of like a symmetry, but still not that much. Okay, what I want to show you guys is the color, right? So you can see that anything on Epsom is a shade shade brighter than you would see on any other leathers. So we have seen Togo. I'm sure you have Togo. You have Togo. Yes. Are you going to show us that? Did you bring it? It's a Togo bamboo.
I have my work bag. So guys, you know my heavily used that Yen gets horrified when she sees it because I fit so much in it. So when you look at there's the Togo there.
Yeah. So I was going to say that for bamboo, you bought a Togo one, remember, Trudi? You bought a bamboo Togo.
Oh,
right? Yes. So actually, if you were to compare the bamboo on a Togo and on an Epsom, the color will be different, right? Because the colors on Epsom is just slightly brighter. That you have to know. So you know the color won't be exactly the same. All right, and the coloring on Epsom leather is always very even, right? It's very even and very vibrant. So you won't see like patches or the discoloration is actually Hermes leathers catch on colors so well, right? That there is very little discoloration on all their bags. Right, so sometimes if you see something that is a little bit patchy, right, the color is not even, then that will be a very big telltale sign. So you can see at the same time that this bag is in such a perfect condition. Okay.
Yeah, so when you say patchy, it means then the leather. So Hermes, when they do their colours on their leathers, it's such a thorough process that literally the colour should be absorbed within the leather all over that piece of leather. So if you see like a discoloration, and in actual fact, I saw this for the first time in actually Singapore. They have a fake bag, because I looked at the leather and I looked a bit weird, and it was like, oh wow, like how can it have it was orange, and how can it have a patch of orange patches on this? Like how could that possibly be for Hermes bag? And that's a tell sign. First off, straight off the bat, that is not a real bag. It cannot be real.
Yeah. So in fact, Trudi saw this bag and she was a little bit like taken aback, like something is wrong with this bag. Like what is wrong with it? So I actually have this is my prototype. This is something that this is what I learned with, right? And this is what I look, I mean, this is something that, you know, I put side by side with the real thing, and then, you know, you compare and you will know exactly the difference. All right, so this and these bags, right, they are not cheap, okay, because the best fix around cost close to like £1,000 kind of range, right? But if you think about it, you're paying a lot for a fake. You know, no matter how good it is, I can tell you that there will be loopholes, right? There will be signs, okay? So I'm going to just show you close up the bag that Trudi saw, okay? I'm going to show you close up and you look at the Epsom leather.
Such a good copy.
Yes.
Such a good copy.
Yeah, if I didn't,
You look at it from
yeah,
the
if there is nothing wrong with the leather, then Trudy won't be able to tell it from far, right? So I'm going to show it to you close up. Now this I had with me since I started out. Maybe this could be about this. I think it's about 8 years old. 8 years old or so, right? Now this, right, is how the fake bags age. All right, I'm going to show you. Can you see these patches?
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay.
Can you see that? You can see that there's not a even tone or even so. It's really obvious, those patches.
Yeah. And right, this is 8 years old. Now we have got vintage bags that were what have we seen? Older than me, right? We have seen bags, vintage bags that pass.
1960.
Yeah, pass through our hands, bags that pass through our hands that are older than a lot of us, right? But yet, I don't see anything like that at all. No patches. This is actually mold spots that was cleaned off, right? Mold spots. So, as you can see, this is only 8 years old, and we have bags older than this without any signs of molding, without anything. So, the treatment for the leathers, the dyeing process is so good and very, very precise, so you will never get things like that. Okay, so this,
how good a copy is that? When you just look at the bag straight off the bat without even looking at the leather, like, it's such a good fake.
yeah,
like,
if I carry it like this, right, you won't be able to tell. But then again, you know, you can tell from the leather, the way the leather age. And as you can you see the symmetry in the the symmetry in the embossing of the
Can you bring it closer
leather.
again? Can you just bring it closer? Yeah, right.
Okay, now I'm gonna show you. I wish I can have a screen big enough to show you exactly. I mean, side by side the comparison. Okay, so this is. Just look at the the embossing. You can see like lines that are repeated. I can see that it's very deliberate. Okay, but this, although it's embossed, you can see that I cannot see any, like, you know, it's not a repeated pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, so the
I know what I'm looking for, so
Yeah.
I can tell. But
Yes.
for those that are on the screen, you're probably thinking, no, I can't see it. But I think when you put a real and a fake together, it's actually quite obvious.
Yes, side by side. So we have seen this I mean, I have put this under the loop many times. Even okay, so now we're talking about the leather, right? So the embossing is one of it. And then we're going to go on to the stitching, right? So these stitching, can you tell? These stitching are made from, these stitching are half hand, yeah. So they are half handmade. What do you mean half handmade? So there are well, you know, to be able to sorry, so I'm gonna go here. So to be able to be good at authenticating, you have to know your enemies better, right? So I actually do have a close friend that is yeah, she actually does have contact with these factories. Okay, so I always ask her, like, hey, you know, what's new, like what's new in the market, like what kind of technology they have. You'll be surprised. You will really be surprised. So there are choices. There are bags that are so close because they are fully handmade. So you have choices depending on the amount that you want to pay. You have yes.
That's amazing. I haven't
Yes.
heard of that before.
So there are bags that are machine stitched. Okay, machine stitched. So those are your like if you stand 2 meters away, I can't tell it's a fake, right? But if you are close up at a dinner party, then yes, you can tell that kind of fake. It's that kind of counterfeit is actually machine stitched. So machine stitches are very, very obvious. This is a half handmade stitch, so I can't really show you, but okay, so this is a mid-tier one. Okay, this bag is actually a mid-tier one whereby they actually mix handmade stitching with the machine stitching. So the unimportant parts or the bigger parts, right? They use the machine to stitch it. So that is the loophole. I can show you close up exactly what I mean by that. All right, so over here you can see the stitching. Can you see that it's much straighter?
Yeah.
Okay, you can see it's straight.
It's too straight.
It's too straight. Okay, so you can see that it's straight. So the bigger pieces, they don't have the manpower, not the manpower, but it costs a lot to have somebody like a craftsman to sit there and hand stitch it. So there are bigger, like longer parts of the bag, bigger parts of the bag that needs a lot more attention. They will use machine to stitch it to cut the cost. All right, so I'm going to show you what I mean by all right, so you can see that this is a more obvious one. Can you see the stitching? It actually has there is a what do you call that? It actually is this way, like not straight, but it has a gradient.
You can see the edging. So if you look at the stitching to the edge, it's not exactly straight.
Yeah, it's not exactly.
You can see that it's been, yes, it's straight, but it's not perfectly straight like what a machine would do. So you can see that the gap between the stitching and the edge is a little bit off. You can see.
Yeah. So this one faces this way upwards.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So it faces upwards, and I do realize that sometimes, right? It really depends. It really depends on the, yes, it's slanted. Sorry, it's too early in the morning, Priscilla. Thank you so much for helping us. We're like, what is that word, Trudy? What's that word? It's slanted. Yes, it's slanted. It has a slant to it. Oh my gosh, look at us. Okay,
We've
so
had a massive big weekend, guys. Like, massive weekend. So, Yen's been busily, as you know, with the shows with Sabrina all weekend, and it was crazy.
It was crazy.
Then, and then this weekend I was closing out my jewellery shows, because I'm heading to London soon. So, we're both in a, like, wow, this is crazy.
Yes. My son was asking me, Mommy, are you coming back today? Are you coming back? I haven't seen him because early in the morning he goes to school early in the morning. He's 14, so he goes to school by himself now. So I don't see him in the morning, and by the time I come back, he's asleep. So he's like, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a week. I'm like, yeah. So it's been crazy, but yes, you are right. Wendy, yes, I do. I will have a vacation after I send you all the stuff out to you guys. I promise. Okay, so yes, there is a slant. There is a slant to the stitching. I think that's a very big telltale sign. But if you were to ask me, right? If you were to ask me which way it slants, is it slanted to the right, slanted to the left? I can tell you, right, that it depends on the craftsman. Yes.
Whether they're left-handed or right-handed.
Exactly. This is true. So most people don't notice it, but it really depends on the craftsman himself or herself, you know. So it depends on and sometimes, right, I love to see a little bit of what do you call that? Like something that is not like a little bit of, what do you call that? Variation. right? Sometimes, right, I noticed that craftsmen, they have different strength as well. So this is a saddle stitch, right? It goes this way. So the tightness that they pull, it depends on different craftsmen. And so for those people who even who goes in depth into like authentication, you will know that craftsmen have their own stamping on this area. And sometimes if you notice hard enough, there are a few craftsmen that you see the bags a little bit more often. You know how tight, like some craftsmen like to pull tighter on certain spots, certain areas. The way they keep the stitch is different. Yeah, so that's too in-depth, but then let's talk about the more general one. So stitching, we have gone through.
Sometimes, you know, when you're sparring your bags from the store and all the bags go back to Paris head office, is that they can actually identify the tradesman by their stamp. And in some cases, those bags will go back to the original craftsman to spar the bag, depending on what needs to be done. So I find that quite fascinating that you can, you know, your bag can go back to the original craftsman, which is just unbelievable. And the craftsperson will probably go, wow, this person, like, they love their bag.
Yes. So so you know, right? So it's like it's your signature. You know your signature. So if you know you have a certain traits, or there's definitely a certain something that you do when you sew. Even when we cook or when we sew, we have our own style, right? So you will know. So that's why these things, right? Sometimes bags that go into the spa and doesn't come back. Sometimes it goes into the spa but it comes back. You don't know, you know. So maybe this is why sometimes when there is a form of identification, right? Through the craftsman, they'll be able to tell. Yeah. That's right.
Well, I hope you guys are learning something here. You know, that if you're going to spend the amount of money you spend on Hermes bags, it's nice to know some of the processes around, you know, authenticating these bags.
Yes. So I'm going to pin up. Would you like to talk about your bag while I pin up the bamboo?
So what we were just talking about is that Epsom leather. So the Epsom leather is, and as you'll see, I've already, my two work bags at the moment are my Constance 18 with palladium hardware in the malachite. So as you'll see, what we were just talking about was this leather. So you just saw it. So in the malachite, have you still got that malachite bag? I'm just talking about the different leathers, the color in the leather. You know the HSC, the special order.
Yeah, the special order is actually also in Epsom. But can I ask you something, Trudi? Did you cover the hardware of your bag? Did you change the hardware? Did you change the sticker for your bag?
I took the sticker off.
Ah, that's why. I was looking at it. I was like, something is different.
Yeah, so I took the sticker off because you know what? I'm just loving it. Like, so let's just talk about stickers for the moment on the bags. So, yes, if you're going to buy them, and you know, I have two different hats on. I either am using my bag for investment or for use. And so this one, I've decided that I'm absolutely just going to love it and use it. So I left the seal on for some time, but it started to look really scrappy. And I just thought, you know what? I'm using and loving this bag, so I'm just going to take the sticker off it. So hence the reason why you would have seen it last week to this week, and it's a bit shinier now.
Yes.
Because it was looking a bit tatty. Now, talking about seals on bags. So I've seen in the pre-love market, is sometimes you'll see that there is a seal on and sometimes not. But in some instances, you know that people can put the seals on, like make a seal to go onto hardware. Now, sometimes it's a little hard to identify, but you will normally see that the edging, the seals that are on the real bags been resealed, you can tell how, in my eyes, and I don't know your eyes, you can tell, right? You can tell whether someone's resealed a bag or not. If they're trying to put a bag on the market and they're calling it new, you can normally tell the seal on it is not the same as a brand new bag with the seal on it.
Well, the
I've
exact.
seen.
I'm sorry. So there are places now. We know that there are places where they sell seals, right? So the quality it's very very hard to fake. Like, it's very very hard to get the exact same one. But again, that is not exactly how we authenticate, but that is definitely a telltale sign if it is actually a actually is it something that has been resealed. Yeah. So when you resell an item, right, the most important thing is not about the seal, but it's about whether the hardware underneath is scratched or not, right?
Yes.
So I think that's the most important part. But are you a team seal or no seal? I want to know.
Good question. If I'm going to use it purely just because I use it and let the seal fall off naturally, and when it looks a little bit scrappy on the corners, I just pull it off. If I'm buying a bag purely for investment and they're from the store.
Just give me a minute, yeah. Is there a DHL?
Yeah, because one of your colleagues say you got DHL box to put it outside because got delivery.
Not at the moment, I think. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, thanks. So, sorry.
So, if I'm buying it for investment purposes, then I leave the seals on. I basically want to keep the bag as close to new as possible, and normally, like even the tissue, the ribbon, everything, I will keep it all. So literally, anything that I have in investment is literally full set and new. And I think actually having it full set and keeping your receipts with the bag also helps to authenticate the bag, right?
Yes, that's right.
So
actually,
so anything. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So anything that I am purposely buying for investment and to keep in the vault, I literally, not only the ribbon, because remember the ribbons have got the year on it as well. So, and that's not part of authentication, but I think when you're selling full set, if you can have, if you're buying with the intent of keeping it, keep everything with it. So keep the ribbon because it's got the year on it, but it also, if you keep your receipts in, the folder that they give, and it has everything about the bag. So that really tells you, and it tells the buyer, if they went back to store, they could know that where it's being purchased and everything about that bag if they wanted to.
Yes, so but however in Asia, right, we try, especially in Japan, we do not provide the receipts. Yeah, so this is just to safeguard the owner of the bag, right? Because you still want to get your bags. It's a tricky situation, right? It's a catch-22. But then again,
really.
yes. So for us, because we have a lot of bags coming through Asia, we try not to give the receipt. Not because it's not authentic or things like that, but we have a lot of buyers over here. I mean the owners over here that are really they don't really want to give up their receipt with the details, so that we have to understand. But yes, you're right. Sometimes the receipt is a good, but not a foolproof authentication.
No. But I think when you're an individual, talking on an individual level, if you're an individual that wants to sell to the likes of Luxury Promise, for instance, to sell your bag, it helps to provide part of the knowing where you've bought it and understanding, it's because it's got all the details on the receipt most of the time. But it also knows that yes, you are a buyer of Hermes bags, and it just helps I suppose it's not sort of validates who you are, basically.
So something interesting is that you can purchase receipts as well. In the counterfeit market, you can purchase receipt that comes even with the charge slip. Amazing.
What?
Yes.
I know. I've not heard of this yet. Oh my God.
And let me tell you, you can choose the country that you want to purchase it from. That's how scary.
Am I going to that amount of detail?
That extent,
oh
guys.
My gosh,
yeah.
Guys.
So I would say, even the receipt itself is not easy to fake. The quality of the paper, right? The quality of the paper, the printing on the paper. If you are we go through a lot of bags every day, right? So yes, you'll be surprised. Anna and I, we feel everything. We smell, we touch, we rub. So you will know there is a difference in texture. I cannot teach you right here. If not, I have to kill all of you. So there are printing loopholes that we can see. So far it has not been corrected yet, so I'm not going to say what it is, but then there are a lot of telltale signs on the receipt itself. So right now, don't be fooled by something that comes with a receipt. Yeah, because there are so many options right now about all these things. So that's one. I see Sabrina. Sabrina is awake. Hi, Sabrina. Would you like to join us, Sabrina? So, I want to take a look.
Actually, the other thing that I remember Sabrina was actually explaining, and I never knew this, is about Hermes boxes. If you put it under a light, it has a little was it the carriage, I think, that glows off the box when you put your LD with the light on it. That was something I learned from LP.
Yes, even the box, right. So I'm going to show you, the next bag that I'm going to show you is this stunner. So we love this bag. This is Joanna's something blue. If it doesn't sell by then, I'm sure she will grab it.
Yeah.
Yes, something blue.
Beautiful.
This is how rare this bag is, right? We don't see this in the 25 ever. This is a Blue Atoll Birkin 25. So the next thing I'm going to go through is, it's an entire medley of points to note when you're authenticating a bag. Yeah.
Yeah, can you answer this one? I don't know what box. I think is it all boxes or just the Birkin and Kelly boxes?
I think it's
all boxes.
Yeah, all.
Yes.
As long as you have that green, the signature, all their boxes are orange with brown, so it's all. Unless you get there are some special boxes that are no, just that, because there are some boxes that are blue.
The UV light that you need, and the UV light will bring up I think it's a horse and carriage or something on it, that you can see.
Yeah, I don't have a UV light with me, but well, yes, you can go try that, have fun with it, right?
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of the times, what we do as resellers is that when you see a dodgy or a weird box or a dust bag or what do you call that? What were we talking about just now? Box, dust bag, or a receipt. Okay, when we see something weird, it just rings our alarm bell. But sometimes it's not. It's not a fake bag. Sometimes when you buy it through resale market, when it has passed through different hands, right? And that's why it's important to have a trustworthy reseller, right? Because you know that we know the boxes, we know the dust bags, we know a lot of things that comes with the bags, right? So sometimes people don't know, so they don't even know whether it's real or it's fake, and then they mix the dust bag up. And so I would say that the bag is the most important detail. Everything on the bag has to be right. right? So for me, dust bag is important. So right now, right, I'm going to give you the next pointer, and then we're going to talk about the seals. The reason why I pull out these is because of the seals. Now, these bags, right, sometimes you have to understand that they come in colors that are specific to different years, right? So if you were to sometimes if you were to hold this bag up from far, yeah, this is a very distinctive bag. You know it's a blue atoll, right? And you know like certain years it comes out in. If let's just say let's go to something far out, okay? So for example, this one, if I were to see this bag in, let's say what, like a Q stem maybe, or maybe say a what do you call that, a vintage bag like a X stem, then you will know that this bag it's just not possible. Yeah, so that is one thing to note, because counterfeiters well, sometimes they counterfeit only the current ones, the most current and the oldest vintage, but never something that is so you can never take special orders for counterfeits because it's just not possible. Yeah, so this is a Blue Atoll Birkin 25, and why is it so rare is because during this period of time you get very little 25s, right? So that's why Blue Atoll generally will come in 30s and 35s, a little bit more, because in this period of time the 25s are still not so popular yet. Okay, so I'm going to show you the seals close up. This is a stunning color. This is like a light, like a baby blue kind of color that is dark enough, like it's darker than blue broom, so you know that you're going to get a color that is easier to maintain, right? And also on screen, right, it looks a little bit like blue lin. Do you know the color blue lin? Yeah, it has that grayish look, like the grayish undertone, but for this it's so much brighter. So if you don't like that grayish undertone that blue lin has, then Blue Atoll is for you. Now I'm going to bring your attention to the seals. Okay, so this piece is amazing, right? It's in a like new condition because the seals are all still on, and I can show you even the belt keep right here has got its seals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Has this person even used this bag?
Maybe it's an investment piece, so I don't see any signs of wear at all. You can see the corners. It has no signs of use, like no discoloration. Look at that lovely graining. One thing I love about that, the Togo, is the grains. Now, this is one thing that you will never be able to fake, right? So I have seen people trying to fake the Togo grains, like the counterfeit Togo leather. The grains, the lines are just too symmetrical. You know, like just like our wrinkles on our face, right? I cannot have 3 on one eye and 3 on the other as well, right? It will be imbalanced. It will never be equal. So you can see the lines here. You can see 2 dark lines here, and then you have one random one here, one here, one here. So I've literally seen like them trying to make it like it's so too symmetrical to make sense, you know. These are natural leather. These are like our skin, right? You will never get the same lines anywhere. Okay, so Togo leather has got that lovely lines. Why I love the lines is because to me, right, it's an authenticating factor. So I love to see these lines. So there you go. I'm going to show you the sticker. So you can see the sticker for this one, right? It has got that the rivets. Can you see the rivets out, right? I love these stickers. That for a period of time MS had these stickers, right? So at one point of time around the R stamp, which is like 2014 2015, the MS bag comes with 2 stickers, this and also a full piece. Have you seen that before? Yeah. So this.
No, I haven't seen that before.
Yeah.
I've only ever known it to have the little corners cut out of the seals to show the rivets.
Yeah. So there was one point of time they come with both. I remember because I was there trying to save the seals, right? Because to us, seals are so important, you know, because there are a lot of buyers who won't buy bags without seals. Sometimes I have met, right? But this is not something that is up to us, because MS do peel out the seals themselves in store, or sometimes when sometimes when there are rust, when there are oxidation, you need to take them out. Okay, so these are the best, because these you are able to rub off the oxidation on, which only happens on the rivets, right? All these little screws, these rivets, right? They oxidize really, really easily, and this is way beyond our control, especially in humid areas in Asia, right? We always get these problems. So this to me is the easiest. I would leave this on forever, like as in I can clean it and it won't scratch the hardware, etc. So these are the ones that I will keep on. But most of the time we get all the older ones which look like this, right? I'm sure you get this on yours as well. It's a full seal.
Yeah.
Right? You get the entire full seal.
I've only ever noticed the one with the rivets. I need to check. I need to double check.
Yeah.
On my other one.
So sometimes, right, most of the time we see these full seals, right? These full seals tend to, like sometimes trap moisture. Well, it's inevitable, right? Because it's not a 100% seal. So, you know, you get sometimes a little bit of oxidation right here, right? Now, these are, again, like I said, inevitable. So if, to me, sometimes I have to remove the seals in order to buff them out, right? To clean out the oxidation. And then I can't seal it back again. So that is the problem. So that is the problem that I usually face. So for me, especially with our humidity, I will either cut the seals. I will cut the seals where it ends here, right?
Yeah, right.
So that I can at least polish the rivets.
I've never heard of that problem. I suppose, you know, in many parts of the other parts of the world, we don't have that tropical humidity.
Correct.
And I think that's probably something we've never considered.
Yes.
So, and
So,
actually, you've made me curious now, because I need to go and check. Because I've still got the seals on my bamboo, right? The bamboo 25. I think there's still seals on it. But I took a photo of it on Friday. I don't think, because I put it up and I was looking at the seals, I think it's a cutout one.
So as long as it doesn't oxidize or anything, it's okay. But the amazing thing about the MS rivets is that no matter how old it is or how oxidized it is, you're always able to buff it out with a silver polishing cloth. So not to worry there. So just if at the end of the day.
Think that a silver, because I was always wondering whether or not you could use anything on the hardware. So you're comfortable that a silver polishing cloth is okay to use on the hardware.
Yes.
Okay, that's
so let me tell. But it has to be. I don't want you guys to ruin your bags, right?
No.
So I have to be honest with you. The best ones that work for me are those that I have used for 10 years. Because the polishing, what do you call it? The cream has worn off a little bit to that perfect state, right?
Yeah.
So I had one when I bought my silver CDC from store. They actually gave me 2 of their polishing cloth. Like it's the Hermes polishing cloth that is I remember like an orange color one. Oh my god, those 2 are the best. I will never part with them because they are so good when it comes to polishing the hardware. Maybe it's meant for polishing Hermes's silverware. So it's so good. But not to worry. Again, we use a silver polishing cloth that doesn't have too strong of a chemical is fine. Like those that you usually polish your earrings, clean your earrings with, that's good enough. So don't need to worry about that. I've tried it many times. So far I have not had hardware that actually discolored, because I don't use strong one, just a normal silver polishing cloth. I think that one is the best. Right, so that is the hardware, that is the stickers on the hardware. So for me, I will definitely take it out if if I am if I mean in Asia, because of the rivets, I will take out the sticker. So I know there are a lot of people who would never take out the stickers, but again, it's a personal preference. So Jenny was asking, your husband, your family wants to come to Singapore. What is the coolest time? Wow. Okay, so Singapore is it's either cool, it's either wet or it's hot. So I would say, Jenny, I don't know when is the best time, but then I'm going to tell you, just avoid May all the way to July. May, June, July, August. Right now, it's really, really hot. This is the hottest period of hottest period in Singapore, so no. But if you want to say coolest, I would say January, February. Right? December is just sad because December is cooler, but it rains all the time. There's monsoon season around Asia, so generally it rains all the time. And when it rains, it's just humid as well. So.
And also, my experience in Singapore, when it rains, it's almost impossible to get a taxi or an Uber.
Yeah, that's right. So when it rains, right? When it rains, the best mode of transport is the MRT. You can drive your fanciest car, but no, the MRT system in Singapore is the best because no rain, no traffic jam. We are so small; it's traffic jam is everywhere. So there you go. I hope that helps, right? So I would say the safe time for you is maybe March to February to April. That would be the best.
Well, when I was there at Easter time, it was perfect.
Right?
I found that Easter was a really, really good time.
Yes.
So,
So that is around March, April, right? Yes, that's right, Jenny. March, April. Oh, you can visit us, Jenny. Visit Trudi in Australia.
Visit me.
Yes, then come down to Singapore and visit me. It will bring you around. I will treat you to Mr. Coconut. Best.
Yes. What can I treat you to? Vegemite, maybe?
No. That's not everybody's cup of tea, but I love it though.
I know.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I grew up with it. So, there you go. I'm going to pin this one up, right? So, because this is a perfect, like a 9.5 out of 10 kind of condition, and also it's priced to sell. I'm going to wow you with that price, okay? While you show us, you bought 2 bags, right? So, you bought your 35.
I've got my work bags here. Oh, the panda and chiffon cake.
Yes.
I'm gonna say any chiffon cake. I'm into those. How many did you give to? Did Sabrina eat many of them? When she was there?
Sabrina only ate 1 slice, but I know her boys ate 2 big cakes. 3 actually. I gave them another one, so maybe it's gone. I don't know. They love it.
Oh, good. All the bags are purchased from you. Oh, wonderful. That's nice to hear.
That's nice.
Between Anna and Yen, their authentication and their quality of bags is phenomenal, guys. Like, the amount of care and for each, it's almost like each bag is their baby. Like, there's so much care taken with each of them. So,
yes.
And a lot of my bags come from Yen. I mean, you guys know, like, you hear me, you know, with a lot of my bags. If I'm in the pre-love market for a bag, it's normally because I'm going to be using it. And even when I use my bags, I still want care taken, and I want to know that everything is perfect. So,
so this is, can you imagine, this is 14,500 pounds. It comes with everything.
Okay, so guys, we're now posting there's 2 bags. You've got the bamboo 30, and then you've got the Birkin, I'm just going to put B25, in the blue atoll. So guys, if there's any purchases today, you will go into the draw with for the 1.5 carat tennis bracelet that will be drawn at the end of this show. Okay.
Okay, there you go. So I'm going to put it up. So this is a tea stem bag from the year 2015, right? So this bag is from the year 2015, and you can imagine this is like what, its 8th year. So this is 2015. So can you imagine this is 8 years old? This is almost 8 years old as
You
well.
can't imagine, because it actually looks like brand new to me.
I'm not going to put it anywhere close to each other because it is it's blasphemy.
So, and you can go to the website as well.
Yeah.
So we are on the web. So only on Instagram is a really good connection for us to be doing as a dual show. So we do actually, for recording purposes, also have it on the website. So you can join on the website if you want to see further detail about the product, and you can purchase straight away. And also don't forget, you can use Wonderful Split It for these fantastic bags that have been curated for this show. So you can do both. If you've got your computer and your phone going at the same time, you can do both.
Or you can always say sold. I will invoice you after the show. You will still be in the draw, so not to worry. Right? So there you go. Easy to purchase and definitely 100% authentic. Okay, so what shall we go through next? I feel like we should go through the heat stamp. What do you think?
Yes, the heat stamp's a good one. And actually, I feel like the heat stamp is where everyone knows of. And what we just said is the heat stamp, there's some numbers on there that tell you the craftsman, but I think it's really important to know, you want to know what year it's from, and
no.
I'm going to talk about even more stuff.
So that is a blind stamp, not a heat stamp. So I'm going to show you the difference, okay? So when we talk about parts of the bag, no problem. So I think it's easy. It's an easily mistaken part. So this is actually the heat stamp that I was talking about.
Yeah.
So this is the heat stamp, right? So we have gotten a lot of people are. I understand the fear. So sometimes people are like, hey, the heat stamp is not clear, or I can't see it clearly, it's patchy. Now, I can tell you that it is normal, right? Because all these pieces are hand stamped. So it depends on the amount of strength the craftsman's use. All right, that also affects the stamping. So not to worry about that. To me, a little bit of discrepancies, especially around the heat stamp area, is normal. The only thing I will look for on a heat stamp is not how clear it is, it's not how sharp it is, but it is the font of it. Right? Because sometimes with pre-loved bags, right, the age of the bags affects how clear it is. So I won't exactly look for that, but it's the fonts that will get to me. So this is the non-authentic bag. So this is the counterfeit one. You can see it is clear, right? It's clear. It's perfect. It looks perfect, but then you never know. So
it looks too perfect.
It looks too perfect. You're right, Trudy. That's the problem. It looks a little bit too perfect for something that is hand stamped, right? So clear. Now, I have seen throughout the ages different kind of MS stamps. Now, this is clear. There are some that are a little bit more blurry, right? A little bit more not so crisp, I would say. Okay, but for me, it's actually the fonts. Look carefully at the fonts, compare your bags. Now, there are very, very little shifts to the fonts. There are very little updates to this font, right? Because it has been pretty similar throughout the years. Okay, for the font. The engraving changed a little bit, but then not this one. This one actually stayed pretty stagnant, right? So I would look at, for me, the most obvious is always the ease, right? The E's with the accent. So look very carefully at it. You will see fine differences, right? And usually you can't tell on the phone like that. You have to look at it over a loop. So that's why we have very good loops. Right, literally just staring. Trust me, I've spent like sleepless nights staring at it sometimes, because sometimes, you know, you're worried that I don't want it on my head. I don't want to be selling something counterfeit, right? So I must make sure that, you know, it is.
There's our reputation at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
So
even if you have any doubt, it just doesn't go. We just won't go for sale, because it's our reputation at the end of the day, and trying to uphold that, it's really hard.
yeah, it is. I literally have sleepless nights, Trudy. I'm not kidding. If I don't know if you know, because you know you buy from store, or you know you buy from people you trust, but actually sometimes yeah, when I just started out, sleepless nights, literally. My husband is like, "Are you still staring at the bag?" I'm like, "Yeah." Yes, because
it's almost like every time you're looking at a bag, you're actually looking for something to tell you. It's actually you think the worst. It's like guilty and not innocent, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
You know, you're trying to find something for it to be not right.
Yes.
So just go, okay, now I know whether it's a fake or a real one. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I know. So it's like the conversations between me and Anna is like, what do you think? What do you think? This. Yeah. Then we'll be arguing with each other. It's like, but you look at this. But you look at that. You know, that kind of thing. We don't have any K25 on this show. Yeah, we don't. No K25s. Sabrina knows the stocks. K25 is
K25
just
is really hard to come by.
Yes, that's right. But it will. We will have them on some of our shows. So do keep a lookout.
You got to keep an eye out.
Yes.
You got to keep an eye out, and I can tell you that sort of stock. When we get those items, they go so quickly, and sometimes when you watch the recording of these shows, you're like, you've missed out, and you're like, I just have to stay up day and night and watch these shows 24/7, so I don't miss out.
Right. That's right. So we see so many of you. Thank you again for all the kind support. So we always see the familiar faces, right? Knowing that they are here to not miss out on a good deal. So we are talking about the heat stamp, as you can see. This is a beautiful one, can you tell? But even then, it's not perfect. Can you see? Right? So to me, yeah. So
perfect.
it's almost perfect, but you will see a little bit of here, like, you know, if you go through it with a fine comb, you will say, oh, you know, but this is not even, that is not there, you know, but this is normal. This is really, really normal. So you can see, because it actually is stamped on the grain of the bag, so sometimes it warps it a little. This is really, really normal. So I would say it's something that is not too perfect, because these are all hand stamped bags. But again, the font never changes. So if you look carefully at it, you will see slight differences even on the R, on the E's, and especially on the especially on the accent. Yeah, the accent.
Can I just, I've just seen a comment there on the Kelly 25, because there's a Mrs. Kelly that became Mrs. Kelly last year. Can I suggest that you email Yen at luxurypromise.com? Now, the team source for bags. So if you've got a dream bag that you're looking for, my suggestion, because it won't even make it on the show, if they know your particular bag that you're looking for and you want it sourced, email her and she will be able to keep you in contact, and also note it when they're looking. And I'll just pin that. Hang on 2 seconds.
Yes.
There we go. You can use her WhatsApp. So, guys, if you're looking for a particular bag that you've got, your dream bag, my suggestion is that you WhatsApp Yen, and she can put it in her storage bank in her brain when she's going out sourcing and know that that's a particular bag for you. Because a lot of bags don't even make the show because they're for particular people that have been looking for that bag and been waiting patiently for those. So
Yes, that's right.
definitely.
So let me know, right? I will be happy to help you search for something that you will love, all right, that you are on the
Hi,
lookout
Helen.
for.
Hi, Helen.
Hi, Helen. All is great. Sabrina is still here in Singapore. I think she's resting in a hotel. But Sabrina, if you want to join us, let us know. Right? So, the next thing that we go through, that I want to go through with you guys is the feet, right? So I think Sabrina, during one of our shows in Singapore, I'm not sure if you were there. I think it might be a little bit late for you. So
in and out all weekend.
yeah, so I would think that she was actually going through the feet. Okay, the feet of the bags. So the feet is something that I would say is pretty obvious, right? So when you look for the exterior of the bag, you can see it very, very obviously the difference in the feet. Now I don't have a really bad fake. You could say that. I don't have a really bad fake to show you on the feet, but you will have a lot of that over the internet on Google Pics, right? But I'm going to show you how good the fakes, the really good fakes are when it comes to the feet, okay? But even then, it's not perfect. So I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. All right, so this is the non-authentic one. This is not, this is the counterfeit. So if you look closely, this is surprisingly good, as in you can still tell that there is a line. Now this is the line that I'm talking about. Can you see that between this slant edge, the edge, right? The shape of the rivets is always tapered. Okay,
Yeah.
it's not a straight line, it's tapered, and there will always be a ring around it. So can you see this has that ring?
Yes.
Just right at the
copy,
base.
isn't it?
It's a good one, okay? It's a good copy. You can see that now they have already perfected this. So we, as authenticators, will have to move on to something else, all right? But even then, to me, when I look at this close up, I can tell. Why? Because the hardware is not good enough. I can tell by the shine. I can tell by the cut of the plating of it is just not good enough. Although they do have that ring. All right, so sometimes don't take things for granted. You can never be too safe, right? So even if it does,
the feet on that, and I don't know whether it's just my camera. When you the hardware on that looks overly shiny.
yeah, it's not just it's overly yellow, and also it has a very uneven like when you plate it. Hermes's plating is perfection. Let me just show it to you. Okay, it is just very even. There is no like I don't know how to tell you that, but not it's even, so you won't get like places where there's warping. Like sometimes you see against the light, you can see there are waves.
Yeah.
This will never happen on an Hermes bag. Now I'm going to show you this on the Birkin 25. Okay, I'm going to show you on the 25. Can you see? The lines, the reflection that you see is all straight. There is no warping.
Yeah.
And you can see the ring even clearer.
Yeah.
Okay, this is on the 25.
I'm sure we've got some viewers going, what are you guys looking at and what are we looking for? So, guys, I think that if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask us and we can show you more detail.
Yes.
It is a little hard to set on the screen.
Yes.
But when you've got, if you've got a real one and you want to compare it, even if you've got a real one and you want to go and buy another one, like you can compare it. You've got something to compare. And also keep an eye out for, right?
Yeah.
Like these are all the, like, you could almost have a checklist of all the things that you would look for, because it's not necessarily just one thing. It could be a number of things before you get to the guilty I'm a fake rather than I'm innocent.
Yes, the guilty fake. You are so right. Okay, so I'm going to, since we are here with this, I'm going to show you. This is the malachite one that you're talking about, right? This is the malachite HSS, or the horseshoe stem bag. Now, even the horseshoe stem bags, they come in, nowadays they don't let you do anything you want, right? So it has to be certain, like it has to fit the MS image. Right,
Sorry, yeah.
Yes.
Janie's got a question on the website. She's just saying, she's just showing the website. Where is the stamp?
Where is the stamp? As in the year stamp? The year stamp, or are you talking about the heat stamp?
The heat stamp.
Yeah.
So the heat stamp is the front of the bag, and then the blind stamp is in the saddle for the arms.
Yes. So it has changed position. So Jenny, I will show you where exactly the position has switched. So I'm going to show you the, actually I want to show you the shine of the hardware. I think this is really important, right? So.
Sorry guys, I have my coffee during this time. It is like mid-morning and I go to bed very early, like 3 a.m. in the morning on a Monday. So, excuse me while I drink my coffee, because it is a sci-fi chat, so I don't normally drink in my shows, but it keeps me going.
Okay, so, well, here you go. You can see the difference in the shine. This actually,
oh my gosh.
This actually has its stickers on. This has its stickers on, but I wanted you to look at the reflection. Look at the reflection of the light. Okay? It's straight, right? Look at the reflection of the light here. It's warped. Can you see?
Yeah.
It's not even in a straight line. So that's how uneven the plating is. And this is a good telltale sign. This is the best telltale sign.
Actually bigger as well. They're different shape. They're a different shape as well.
Yeah.
For the two together again.
Yes. For the it's different size. Slightly different size. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. But this is quite close, I would say. So for us, right, when we authenticate, when we closely authenticate, we go down even to the placement and the font of whatever that is on the lock. Yeah. Down to the shape, down to the engraving of the lines. So this is very precise. This is the steps that we go through when we authenticate a bag. It's not just.
Oh, what's Sabrina doing on?
Oh my gosh!
Day in Singapore?
Yes, she's still here. What are we doing that is crazy?
Oh, what is she gonna do now?
Who wants to buy a bag?
She always throws me off. I think I have this love-hate relationship of surprises from Sabrina. from the love of like I love the energy and all that, and the hate is okay. It's the numbers in me. Like I'm like, what is she gonna do now?
Who wants to buy a bag?
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it. Who wants to buy a bag? What's going on?
Yes. Guys, is she gonna join us, or is she
I
not
don't
made
know.
up?
Maybe you should invite her and see. Maybe you can
If
invite.
anybody's interested, Sabrina's just said she's just done a call out randomly on this show. I think also because she's in our time zone, right?
Yes, she's in my time
She's in
zone.
our time zone right now. So guys, she's packing. Okay, so she's in our time zone.
Yes.
So we've got the luxury of having Sabrina here doing some crazy stuff.
Okay.
And don't forget, anybody that buys a bag is going to be in the draw for this beautiful high spec 1.5 carat tennis bracelet. So today is the last day of this series, and today's series, of course, is authentication. But where anybody that's purchased a bag on these shows is going to be in the draw. And the draw is being done today.
I have a crazy spin the wheel here, so we are going to spin. So make us an offer, any bags that you want to see, right? And also you guys know that we have had some bags on new arrivals, etc. from Singapore. Whole site.
Oh, from whole site. What? Sabrina, what are you doing?
Only Hermes.
Including all.
Okay, we have to put some boundaries. Only Hermes bags, okay? Only Hermes bags.
Yes. I was like, what?
Yes. Only Hermes bags from the whole site. Alright? If you want to make us an offer on the Hermes bags on our website, let us know which one you want and
Now I'm
show them
tempted.
to you.
Now I'm going to be, guys. So
Now Trudy will be
on the
shopping.
phone, I am now going to open up a browser and I am going to now, my gosh, like, seriously, guys? I'm going to do it. So we're going to be a bit distracted for the moment.
No,
yes?
you are going
We
to.
all jumped on the website because
Oh my
it's
god.
very rare. It's very rare for Sabrina just to do something random like this. Oh my gosh! Like, I need to check it out myself.
Shari, look at Trudy typing away. So
Can
Shari,
you hear me? Look.
I don't
Guys.
have in Singapore. I don't have any Kelly 20s with me right now. I don't have a black Kelly 20. We can source it for you, but I don't have a ready stock. I don't have ready stock of that right now.
Do we have one anyway? Let me just check for you while you're talking.
Yes.
So now we're distracted. I just want to pull up the Kelly 20 minis.
Yes.
And see if I can find one might come from a different region.
Yes, that's right.
Let me see if I've got one here. There is no. Hang on, let me just check. We've got not a black. We've got a navy vintage in Cellier box, and we do have one. Oh my gosh, we have. Oh my gosh, a Verso. We have a Verso in I can't say it, Jean de Naples and Baton.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We have in
and we
London
have one
coming. Sabrina is saying that we have one in London coming. Now, if you know the price, Sabrina, maybe we can just sell it first. We can pre-sell it so that, you know.
Yeah, because they're black minis are like super hard, like ridiculously hard.
Yes.
one's gonna give
Ridiculously
them up.
hard.
You have to wait. You know, if you're an Hermes customer, you literally wait for years to be able to be offered one firstly. So when you're offered one, you tend to keep them. You
Yes.
don't let them go.
I'm trying
and
to
I'm finding that the mini Kellies are even harder to get pre-loved. People
Yeah.
are just holding.
So there you go. So guys, look through the website now. Let us know if there's any Hermes bags. If there are any Hermes bags that you want, let me in. Yes.
Hang on.
I've just brought this out.
Oh, I love this.
Hello.
I literally had like wet hair, getting ready to leave Singapore.
Hey, what time are you leaving, Sabrina? I forgot to find out.
I've got a night flight, but I've got to come and buy a suitcase and do 165 things. So
Yes.
I've got 5 bags. There's a million kids with me right now. And I've got to work, and I have a meeting at 1 p.m. as well. Anyway, hi everyone.
Hi.
It's not on, the hair is wet, it's soaking. So, I thought I'd tell people, what does it mean for me to offer you something worldwide off the site with a price slash? It means your customs and your duties are covered. You need to head to luxurypromise.com, and there was a bag that you saw on the website that was like, it's just out of my budget. I wish it was this price. I may take that offer. That's what it means to make me an offer, basically. So it's a full make me an offer show.
Crazy, Sabrina. Like, oh my gosh.
I'm leaving Singapore. It's the last show, guys. Plus, just tell me the item. If it doesn't have a SKU, tell me the item. Maybe maybe we'll know what it is. If you just give us the title of the item, we can check it. So give us the title of the item or the SKU, and I will literally, guys, remember you also get the 1.5 carat draw entry. Yeah. Now. It's happening now.
Now, yes,
We're
now.
all scrambling. We're all scrambling looking. Come on, guys. We're like, even me. Look, I've got... Look.
I'm ready.
How ridiculous is this? Like, I am on as well, guys. Look at this.
25 in something else, head there to the website, check out any items you want, tell me the item, and I will see if I'll accept your offer or not. Plus, your customs and your duties are being covered, guys.
And you get to enter in a draw where you can win diamonds. It's insane, guys.
Exactly. Right, so I'm going to wait for some SKUs. I'm going to jump off, finish getting ready, and I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll be in the comments.
Okay.
Make me offer. Do you think that Black Mini Kelly is already in? It's in London. Shana, you're looking around £27,500 for a Black Mini Kelly. It's actually very expensive. So what's that in dollars? Do you know, Yen? Can you check?
Yes.
£27,500.
$27,500.
Brand new. It's brand new in a box. You can send me a DM at Sabrina Sadiq. It's already in. I'm making it live on Tuesday for my show on Tuesday. Typically, Black Mini Kellys go within seconds, and they actually don't sell on live shows. So most of our brand new Hermes pieces aren't even selling on live shows. They're mainly selling offline. So we do have quite a few people waiting for it.
So that's about $35,200 US.
Yeah, for a brand new box fresh. It is premium. It is a premium because we don't see many Black Mini Kellys coming out. So if you're interested, you can send me a DM at Sabrina Sadiq, or you can WhatsApp Yen. So it's a brand new box. If I had sometimes there's a way of like pinning pictures, but anyway, send me a message or Shane.
Shireen.
Shireen.
Yes, Shireen.
Sharon. All right, guys. Make me an offer. I'm in the mood.
Go.
Bye. Okay, so will you go get ready, and then Yen will write down the SKUs or any of the items, and we'll come back to that when she comes back, guys.
Yes.
So have a quick look now. If you'd like it, if there is any items, yes, Yen will just write those down quickly, and then when before we close out and do the draw for the diamond bracelet, we'll get if she can get back on, Sabrina will jump back in and accept your offers or not.
Yeah. So I'm ready. So just let us know. Shout out the SKUs. I mean, type it out. Let me know. And malachite, Pam. Let me know if malachite Birkin. Yes, Pam, you can always WhatsApp us, right? WhatsApp me. I will let you know. We can definitely find you a malachite Birkin. Right now, I have a malachite Kelly and a bamboo Birkin, but I don't have a malachite Birkin with me. But I can source you one for sure. Please just let us know, right? And WhatsApp me so we have a way to contact you when we find it, right? So typically we would say malachite will be around the bamboo kind of range. 30 will be about that 13,000 plus to 14,000 pounds. Okay, right, so that is that. Let us know which what SKUs you want to see, or what SKUs you want to slash, because Sabrina is leaving crazy. There was one on the side. Malachite. Is there a malachite? Yeah.
I'm just having a look.
Do I have one?
Hang on.
I don't think I do. Not here.
Sorry, you can hear me type. Oh, there is.
Oh.
There is. Okay, so there is a 30 and a 35.
So, can you give me the SKU, please?
Yeah.
30, I think. 30?
Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, guys. Hang on. Oh no, that one's sold. Sorry. Let me hang on.
We sold a malachite Birkin 30.
Yeah, I think that's the one that's been sold. I'll just do this one.
35?
It's a 35. Yes. It's a malachite Togo Birkin 35, and I'm not sure where it's located.
Do you have the SKU?
number is 113734. I think that's in the US, right?
Let me just check. Yeah, it's in the USA.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Okay. So,
yeah.
Pam, if you want to let them know, because Sabrina as you can see, she's here still.
Yes.
She's packing and on the phone.
Yes.
How on earth is Sabrina doing that? Packing with, she must have her phone in one hand and packing in the other.
So my husband
Maybe
met her yesterday, right? And on the way home, right, he was telling me, you know what? I have a perfect gift for Sabrina on for Christmas. I was like, what? And he's like, maybe you should get her a fidget spinner. He's like,
Yeah.
she doesn't stop moving. I'm like, yeah, she doesn't.
So can you imagine now? So Sabrina and I have got a meeting when we both get back to London. She gets back to London, I get to London. Can you imagine us in a meeting? We might as well just not even sit and just walk up and down the room, because we're both going 100 miles an hour with a phone in one, doing that, and you're doing all this stuff. Can you imagine how we're going to get through this meeting? Be like,
Yeah.
yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, I know, right? But yes, she is so cute. Yeah, so my husband actually noticed like what she's doing. It's like she's twirling her hair, and do you realize that she keeps taking her phone cover on and off? She cannot stop moving. He said, you know, I have the urge to go like stop.
Okay, so I can see hi little Jamie. I know who you are. Of course I do know who you are, what your real name is. I'll just call you by Insta. I know you're on Van Island because you've just had a very expensive couple of months, but if an opportunity comes where Sabrina's on, can I just suggest, if you want to use Split It for, even if it's for 6 months or something, take an opportunity. So and you guys can tell me otherwise, but so if you look at generally when Hermes prices go up, they go back up after the summer holidays. So after the summer holidays, when everyone's back home, and I'm just noting a trend here. It's not, I don't know if this is for real or not, but maybe Yen, you can verify for me. But I find that after the summer holidays, so the summer holidays finishes in a couple of weeks, is that everything for Hermes goes up, and sometimes there's a price increase at the store as well. But I'm just saying, literally before Christmas, those couple of months before Christmas, you see a slight increase on prices again. So for me, I find that the European and the American holiday season in the middle of the year is actually the best time to buy Hermes bags in the pre-love market, and even before the store takes their prices back up again. I don't know. Is that right? I'm just saying it from experience and only from watching the trends.
Yes, it's correct. It's very, very true. Why? It's because everybody, including Singapore, I mean including Asia, we have our holidays during the June period, June to July. So everybody is traveling, and when you are traveling, what do? You shop, you buy. So people are out there buying things, trying their luck in stores, going around, going places, traveling. So when they come back after the holidays is settled down, they know, wow, after traveling for so long, or after going here, going there, I can't get what I want. So what do? You shop online, right? You know how difficult it is to get something, and that's when you see prices trending upwards, because everybody will start looking for what they want, things that they couldn't get when they were traveling, right? So that's when. And then when it comes closer to Christmas or Christmas itself, wow, that's the peak.
Forget it.
Yes, forget it. Forget it. Right.
Yeah.
Now, that period of time, you will really see the prices spike. But people are still willing to pay. Why? Because you get new colors, right? You get that holiday mood, right? You will still buy, right? But then again, so the best period to buy, like what Trudi says, is now, around now, during the lull period. things will start picking up very, very soon. In about a month or a couple of weeks to a month's time, you will see prices slowly inching up and reaching its peak towards November, December, January, February. Why January, February? Is because January, February is a very important 2 months for Asia. Right, it's our New Year period, our Chinese New Year, right? So everybody, Chinese New Year, you need a new bag. So why? What's gonna happen is that we're gonna have people looking for bags, specific bags, things that they want, you know. So there you go. So now is actually the best period of time to come to us and let us have the skills that you want. Now that we have, it's like the stars, it's like the stars align, because now it's not just the best time. You have Sabrina here with us, who is willing to go through the site and give you best prices for what you want. I think this is like crazy. So I do have this Malachite Togo Birkin 35. Now Pam, if you know your friend wants to make us an offer, please let us know, right? And Sabrina is here to accept your offers. Right?
And Sabrina, I'm not sure if you're looking at your phone, but you're probably hearing us. There was a text message sent to you on WhatsApp. I don't know. So, for those that are on, I tend to use your handle names rather than your real names, only just out of courtesy. So, Sabrina, I'm not sure if you can see or you can hear me, but my secret luxury closet has sent you a message on WhatsApp. Okay.
She's coming in, as in what now? On Instagram.
Okay, guys, I don't know what she's doing. She's hijacking our show for a good cause because she's gonna give us some Hermes. I mean, like, amazing deals. Like, what?
Birkin? Yes, we do have Birkins. Let us know what you want, right?
So, Yen and I are going, what is she doing? Because it's because she's been in our region for a little while. Well, the last 2 shows, she's just come on in. So, and we're doing our thing about, we're doing our show, which was Authentication, which we still is doing. But she's coming in here to go hi.
Yeah.
Oh, you're happy to be called? I say yes. I knew it. I know it's you. I was just being mindful that some people don't like to be called their first names on the show, and out of just courtesy, we just use the handles. So, and if you're happy to be known as your first name, that's good.
Let me back in.
All right, okay, she's back. Oh my gosh, that was quick. Hang on, I'm just letting her in.
Yep.
I put my face on.
That was quick. And now you're downstairs.
Face on. 3 kids ready.
That's what I mean, guys. This is like really take the opportunity, guys. Take it.
Okay. So what I'm gonna go and do is, before I make too much noise in a hotel in Singapore where people are generally quite calm.
Yes.
Sounds screaming in here. So I'm actually going to I'm going to do a last minute live show. I'm going to do a quick 30 minutes of surpriseness. So I probably won't get there until about 11:30. So in an hour's time, I'm going to come to the office and we're going to do a send off for all those early birds.
There's no space here. Yeah. I'm like, what do I do? Like, where the things go?
What, ASC 2703.
Hang on.
Oh.
Priscilla. So all those people,
sit down.
So,
Sit there.
Sabrina, do you want to do the tennis bracelet draw in the show, or do you want to do it after your craziness?
Yes. Let's do it after the craziness. Yeah? Okay.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. Who is that?
Priscilla.
Priscilla.
Mhm.
Oh, Priscilla, I'm sorry, Priscilla. It's only for MS products for now, right?
I'll do it. What is it? It's ASC 270.
What is it?
It's a Chanel. It's a Chanel chain bag. It's a Chanel vintage. It's a vintage medium flat. But it says 0. There is no stock for that. It's on draft. Not so sure.
ASC 2703.
Yeah.
MS pocket strap. Unfortunately, will you do 2 to 2 on it, Priscilla? Will you do £2,200 on
No.
on that strap?
Is it a strap? ASC
Yes.
2703?
No, ASC 2703.
Oh, 2. Oh my god, I'm
It
I'm dyslexic.
2,200.
Yes, little JBJ. Yes, absolutely. So you've got an hour. You better quickly find the Kelly that you want. I know you're wanting a Kelly. So, and I'm going to say, I know this for this person because she came to visit me while I was here. And we were talking about her wish list. So
let me
I would
know.
say take the opportunity.
So let me know, Priscilla, if you take 2,200 on it.
Yeah, let me know and I will change the pricing.
Right, I'm going to go and attend to the kids again, and I'll see you guys in an hour approximately. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so
Yeah.
whilst all that is happening, I think we just finish up with what we're doing, because do you now need to go and get ready for her?
Yes,
for her
I do. I need to unpack the stuff, so I don't know how to do this in an hour, but we'll do that. Okay, so Priscilla, let us know if that works for you. Okay.
Okay, so let me just regroup what we're doing here, guys. For those that have just jumped on, this is our last series or episode of our Hermes series, talking about all things Hermes. So we've talked about all the different types of leathers, the bags, anything and everything about Hermes. Today was about authentication. We're just going to go over this one more bag, which is the it's in a pink tone I saw. Anyway, so we're going to do one more authentication process. We've talked about the heat stamping, the feet, the leather. So there's a whole checklist of things that you go through when we're authenticating these bags. Now, what's going to happen is there's going to be a random show, a very random show that Sabrina's going to do in an hour. And then what we're going to do is do the draw for the 1.5 tennis bracelet. Ricky, you need to be on the show in an hour's time because we are going to do the draw for this beautiful tennis bracelet. So we are going to do one more authentication and then we're going to let Yan get ready before the whirlwind of Sabrina coming in and doing this crazy, spontaneous, random show.
No, sir.
And then we're going to...
No, so it's like, I don't know how you even... Yeah, I know. As you can tell from my face, right? Nothing phases me anymore. It's like, okay, all right. Like, oh, you want to do a show now? Okay.
Crazy. Okay,
I'm ready.
So,
Okay, so now I'm going to go through the blind stem with you guys. So this is a heat stem right here. Right, like I said, it's not always even. So if you look at this carefully, you have like a spot here that is a little bit stamped a little bit harder than around here. So it's never perfect. Unlike what you read in forums, it's never perfect. You have to understand that. Okay, so it depends because it's hand stamped. And then you have blind stamps, which again are meant to be blind. There are bags I have seen that doesn't have that has like missing ear stamp, or you know, there are, but very, very rarely, and these bags are typically very hard to sell. All right, you can always get them back into the go to MS again, let them know the issues that you have, but they will tell you it's a blind stamp, it's supposed to be blind. It's not for you to see, you know. So this is the blind stamp that I'm talking about. So typically, most of the time, it's here, right on the sangles of the arm of the bag, right here. It's always on. It's on the right. It's on the right side, right? Okay. So sometimes I've seen like mishaps happen, it's like one random one on the left side, but no, rarely. Typically, it's always on the right side, right here, or it's in the interior of the bag, that right here.
I was going to ask you, was there a time where they changed? Because I know to look for both in both places, but was there a time where it was quite significant for them to stamp it on the inside and not on the arms or saddles?
Okay, so I would say that on T stem, there's a year on T stem. T stem, there are two areas. So T stem in the beginning of the year is over here. Then towards the end of the year, T stem shifted to the inside. So T stem is the only stem that is overlapping, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
T stem is the only year that the stem was overlapping. But then again, we have Birkin 25s, which sometimes is really, really small. K25, B25, it's really hard to stem them. So we have seen sometimes like that random stem that they cannot stamp inside here on the small bags. They cannot stamp it inside. So I have seen some that are still right here. Sometimes. Yeah, so that's normal. And again, MS will tell you it's a blind stamp. It's just for their reference. So if it's not a flaw, you cannot go back and say, I don't want this bag because the stamp is on the wrong place, So this is something that is out of our control as well. We do see it, right? So I'm going to show you close up the blind stamp. So you can see this blind stamp is perfectly stamped. On Epsom leather, right, blind stamps are typically a little bit easier to see rather than the Togo or the Clermont's leather. Why? Because they have grainings. So these are hand stamps. So sometimes when you stamp them and then they are on the grains of the leather, and the leather flattens out over time, the stamp literally cannot be seen. You have to see under the loop, magnified many, many times, right? And it's not clear. And that to me is very, very normal. So in fact, right, I'm going to show you the fake one, the counterfeit one, and show you how clear that stamp is throughout the years. So this is a Q stamp. This is very, very obvious because it is on Epsom leather. It's flatter, so it's easier to stamp. And then the Craftsman stamp is right here, the star shape. Right, so we have seen the star, we have seen the omega, we have seen many, many different ones, like what else have I seen? Horseshoe, right? We have many, many different stamps for different craftsmen, and then there are strings of letters, letters plus one alphabet. Now, even the font for all these blind stamps do matter. Right, we do see different fonts for the blind stamp. So to me, the font of the blind stamp is important as well. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here. All right, and I'm gonna show you the fake one. Okay, just for the fun of it, let's take a look at the blind stamp for the non-authentic bags. Can you see it? Look how hard the stamp is.
Yeah,
see?
It's like really pressed really hard into that leather.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's never like this. Never. So sometimes if you ask me, my stamp is not clear, why? I can't see it. Now, if it's not clear, it is a good sign to me. Right? So these are important, and the counterfeiters know these are important. So what do you do when these are important? You stamp it harder, right? So there you go.
There's a significant difference.
Yes.
In the stamping, in the depth of that stamp.
Yeah.
Totally ridiculously crazy different.
Exactly. So there you go. So this concludes the blind stamp. So blind stamp comes with the Craftsman stamp, which is the symbols. That's one, and then it will come together with the year stamp. That's the second one, and then it will come with a string of numbers, like 2, 3, 4 numbers, 3 numbers, 4 numbers, plus 1 alphabet. Yeah. So that's the blind stamp, and what it exactly means is it's for reference for the craftsman, right? That's it.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, sometimes when you take your bags to the bar, that's how they'll identify the craftsman. is to even be making a Kelly and a Birkin, they've got to do so many years of service and hours of service to even be able to make their own bag. So you can imagine if one goes out and then one comes back to them to be serviced, like the smile that it would bring to them to go, wow, my crafts, my craft that I've done has had some beautiful love. So
Yeah, that's right.
it's a bit like, as you were saying, cooking, right? So when you're cooking something and the more love you put into something and it comes back and makes people smile, that's the same sort of thing. So
That's right.
okay, so Yan, we're going to close out. So let me just quickly go through, guys, what we spoke about, and please feel free to watch back on there's the website, or actually I will post it on my post you can go back to all the series. So if you go into my reels and you go into the series, you'll be able to watch them all, or you can go to the website and watch them all. There's a whole lot of shows in between to try and get to them. But it's a seven series on all the today, the authentication. So, and let me know if I've missed anything, Yen. But when you're looking at authentication, there is a number of things you can look at.
Yeah.
So firstly, we were talking about the feet, the leather, the heat stamp, the blind stamp. There was something else I've just missed, and the color. Remember, the color is also you can even Google it yourself. Don't look at Hermes bags and see what color what color that specific color was for those years. And if you see it's outside of that, it's pretty quite easy to identify. So
Priscilla, yes, of course.
oh yes.
Yes.
Oh, Priscilla wants the deal.
Yes.
On the strap.
So Priscilla, I will change the price right now, and then you can check it out. How about that? Okay. So Priscilla, hop over to the website now and check it out. Now, Walski, yes, actually that's a great idea.
You need to update the price. You need to update the price on that, Yen.
Yes, I will update the price now. So Priscilla, please go ahead and check it out. All right, check it out
add
now.
her to the draw. Don't forget to add her to the diamond draw.
Okay, so after you check out, I will add your name to the draw. And Walski, yes, actually right now, after we close this off, I will put everything on the website, new arrivals right now, so that you guys can shop.
Yeah.
Okay, so Priscilla, it's changed. Go ahead and shop it now.
Guys, so in an hour's time, Sabrina is heading over to the Singapore office to do a random show with deals. So literally you can go onto any of the Hermes products and do a deal with her.
Yeah. So
after that, 30 minutes. Oh my, okay. She's like closing the gap here, guys. So I'd say go and get your coffee, your tea, whatever that might be. Be ready. Get your SKUs ready.
Yeah.
Get your SKUs ready on being able to call it out, and she'll be able to give you a deal. Now, after that, at the end of that show is when we're going to be doing the draw for the 1.5 carat high spec tennis bracelet. High spec meaning diamonds are FG diamonds, VS clarity, like they sparkle like crazy, so much sparkles that you'd need to wear your sunglasses.
Yes. So Kelly is asking what's the lucky draw. So Kelly, the draw will happen in half an hour's time. It's going to be for a tennis bracelet, a diamond tennis bracelet, high specs diamond tennis bracelet.
Isn't that your ideal combination?
Diamonds and Birkin. Yes.
Perfect, right?
Yeah, perfect. So there you go. I will continue again later. I do have to build another show, so I have got to hop off. Not sure what Sabrina wants. Sabrina, do you want a do you want a website show, or do you want to do a Instagram show? Let me know so I can build it.
And someone's just asking whether we can build all the webinars on the website. It's a little bit bit hard to do that, hence the reason why you'll see that it's actually on my Instagram right now, and you'll see it under Reels under series. So all 7 series are actually underneath that. You can, it's much easier to do Instagram with a double screen. It's a little bit hard on the website, so hence the reason why it is on Instagram. But you can watch it on, but you'll only see Yen. You won't see me. You'll hear my voice probably.
Yes. Okay, so I think Leonie, we won't be able to add that the Birkin to the draw. It's only for bags that we do on our Monday shows, right? So sorry about it, not being able to. We'll not be able to add everything. Hi, Garnet.
No, could you imagine? That would be crazy. So it's only for the bags that have been featured on all of our series, the last 6 series, and today it's an extra special because Sabrina's about to jump on in half an hour and do
Yes.
some mad, crazy things on Hermes bags. So go for it, guys. You will be in the draw. Hi, Garnet.
Yes.
So guys, I'll pop in for the draw because I've got the diamonds
Yes.
from Sydney. And for everyone else, I will see you in London.
Yes.
There'll be a very special show in London that I will be doing over there. I think Sabrina's got the product for me waiting, and I'll be doing those one-on-one appointments. And of course, there's going to be an event, I think, happening. Anyway, you'll see me around.
Okay, so Kelly, you just need to purchase any Hermes items on our show, and then you are eligible for the draw. Okay, Kelly, I hope that answers your question. Right now, I really do have to hop off before the whirlwind comes. I need to prepare. I'll see you
soon.
guys.
I'll jump onto Instagram when it's time to do the draw.
Yes. All right.
I'll just watch on the screen. All right. See you guys. Bye.
Bye. Okay, so I'll see you guys later when Sabrina is here. So see you.